Andy,
you know.
yes, that is.
Well, I will say Tony Mo the PFA Player of the Season, no better so. Now, you know, I share players or more nominate or more for that particular award. You know, PFA Player of the Season on the was on until Ubenya Trent Alexander-Arnold. You are talking of 12 assists, 2 goals. You are talking about Gerard Baldwin, who has scored 10 goals, 10 assists for West Ham United. Yao Cancelo, you know, minima the country Yao Cancelo about her. I will express my opinion on that. Kevin De Bruyne, he has been so sensational in the second half, so we tend to agree. Bukayo Saka, I have no problem. Mo Salah, no problem. Son Heung-min, no problem. What proves, you know, my problem I'm one here. Cancelo, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then James Ward-Prowse. Probably my problem ne pa the 2 full backs are on. I think say we team beat say Manchester City say you do be Barbie room na the Kevin De Bruyne Barbie can for me it should be Bernardo Silva. You know this season Bernardo Silva ball our ball. I remember you started league in San Franco Bekai. Now we cast season here Salah. Now me cast Bernardo Silva. But you know Bernardo Silva ball now bono. It looks as if the game is being dominated by statistics. It's you check the number of goals. You check the number of assists. Now the new beer obviously or see a tune film. But you know football no any assist new goals and be a very good player. Into the beer American. So number say now benya from Andres Iniesta season neighbor we are. Unya sa 10 assists from Iniesta. Unya 10 goals from Iniesta. But ball out the bema or park is no. Oben say the pre-assist and the number of times or creative for any other players up front no. Who say game no is so much involved on the field of play. The same thing applies to Bernardo Silva. On should go to say Kevin De Bruyne. On should go to say Raheem Sterling. On should go to say Obi to say Gabriel Jesus or Riyad Mahrez. But within the City team, he is so important, so crucial, and he allows the attack to function. The level of dynamism in the Manchester City midfield, it really tells you, say Genoa, Abrante and more the boss any game here. TV so it was a game against Real Madrid. After the game, everybody was talking about Kevin De Bruyne, but he was the man of the match. Until once again, it looks as if it's only a very good player. But within the City setup this season, can one player where you're consistent from the blast of the whistle in August? You are talking about Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne there were on and off. But in the last minute, you were carrying him to be a Manchester City bedroom. But in all, I think that Bernardo Silva deserves a nomination in the best player of the season award. I don't think Yao Cancelo. I agree. He's one of the standout right backs in the EPL. He's been consistent. But within the Manchester City team, I think that Bernardo Silva deserves a mention. You can talk about goals. So we can go to the Raheem Sterling Beba within the City rank. Because on actually goes to within the City team. But an overall performance within the City setup, it is not Kevin De Bruyne, it is not Raheem Sterling, but for me, Bernardo Silva. Until Bernardo Silva starts, why it is Zidane will not give you 15 goals a season. He will not give you 10 assists a season. But born ye no be a who saw no nimbo, no nimboche or more nimobunina. The same thing applies to Bernardo Silva. Game not Daniel Kwakwa statistics. Into why I bet check numbers now, numbers in this room. You know, no almost sharp, no more do about. And for me, I think he deserves a mention. The next player, Branty, your friend Sadio Mane. You know, Mane again, so check it players no more details. Yeah. Oh, can Liverpool, you are talking about 2 players here. 2 players, you are talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold and then Mo Salah. And on the list now, a Bayern. Now, for Mo Salah, you know, he deserves a mention, and he's one of the favorites for this particular award. Into ono there, so almost the next Abemwa, I have no problem. Sadio Mane with 15 goals with 3 assists. So here Trent Alexander-Arnold 2 goals, 12 assists. And you know, season a share from August to be seen minim at the cry. Trent Alexander-Arnold are here within the Liverpool team to be better than Sadio Mane. Even in the last few moments, Salah got off. It is Luis Diaz and then Sadio Mane. And I carry Liverpool from ending of February at the Baby there. And from the start of the season, he's been consistent. Baby, a best Sadio Mane would do Liverpool front 3 or left side one and somebody in the front and Baby anymore. I'm a Luis Diaz a foul. you know obobon ye said Diego Jota ba no be gina top no san top or left or san obobon ye. I don't know why the Liverpool team, the EPL don't hold Sadio Mane in high esteem. He's a complete player. Edian only area boss now on farmer, on chain, on running, on football, on Tottenham. Be out of the mouth. And the open from him, he does it and does it so well. And you know, so Baby PFA player of the season. Now, so min ko baby, I mean, Coca Gerald Baldwin, dear, min Coca James Ward Pro, so dear. Now, some Liverpool team, no, who you begin a Barbeca, Mo Salah, dear. For me, it should be Sadio Mane. It shouldn't be Trent Alexander-Arnold. Inti Mane and Casanon Tenase. You know, the management and also we in because some of the awards, the level of popularity contest is very, very important. Team now, women and Casa, they don't hold you in high esteem. EPL, know how consistent you being from Southampton, they don't hold you in high esteem. He needs a good management to manage all these things. You know, sometimes Ubenya a PR almost be to me a pushy amount what me these awards or be me this nomination, and I can't say Sadio Mane in the management. A honey baby or so much. Me feel I'm a barber share meaning some of the coaches the and so better so.
Before some coaches, you know, obi question or the means what address and what. Also winning most man of the match award.
Only Ronaldo me.
Oh, hey,
man.
No, I think we did so. Na omudi omoka wana.
Yes, because it is the Premier League.
Yeah.
Premier League na yebo. Yebo we are. Yes, Ronaldo man to who na best player. Man to who na best player. Man to who na best player. Players now omo no or ya nominate you omo. You know, omo nya so omo compete league ni bi. So why were you picked ahead of them? Why was Mane picked ahead of Trent? Yeah. Why was Ronaldo picked ahead of James Ward-Prowse? Ningina is very, very important because this is an individual award. And to bet me, I can say, oh, be a Ronaldo perform here, but United and Timmy are matop. The same thing goes to Southampton because James Ward-Prowse, and he has Southampton soda, and he has West Ham soda for Brandt and Gerald Baldwin. And to general, come teaching na yebo, na yesema player of the month. And then a year we are coming in our boom, near Baby in the Papa could be a dumi and Sase. When I hear you almost say come teaching na a boy in na or your best. Now you know what we need man of the what we player of the month award do in Ronaldo and Mane. You really near you overall best players and found come was with the big kusi wa infa. You fan say you bought AFCON. You bought AFCON no. You nya air Thomas Tepata from group stage to me fan say be a semi-finals when you man of the match edodo pa. Yeah. Eche ubia. Na oko Cote d'Ivoire. You know we say Ismail sa on so nya man of the match edodo pa. You really see a nominated best player of the tournament and answer for your players dan count. You know he fan you accept Sadio. I totally agree with the person on Sunday test and say, based on the player of the month and being in the same competition and almost competing, Ronaldo and Sadio Mane should have been concluded.
Included.
Should have been included.
I say we
yes. Yeah. Sadio. Yeah. I was say you nipa first of all your man frontier says a PFA player of the year no. A footballers and a Kotwaba.
Okay.
I'm from the players player. Omo mbobo na nkasa omo ka football situation omo bobo no omo na Kotwaba and they are battle nti abato de ye 2 year until say bia ubenya bibia gina so aka say no mo to no ba omo dane no you be respect say enkrofo opinion no but at the end of the day as we analysts you betumi so akire ma kire baby feel say anko yi and that is where I agree with Andy say if you look at Sadio Mane the statistics, the total contribution and everything, I'll be surprised to see Mane out. Now, Obi to say Gerard Baldwin. Gerard Baldwin has done very well for West Ham this season. I think 10 goals, 10 assists.
Okay.
Very, very good. But he doesn't come near Mane, total contribution. Cristiano Ronaldo has 18 goals, 3 assists. A total of 21 goals contribution. And he's a center forward or a striker. Clearly you judge him by the goals. So I also think that can be BSC and here. Let me be somehow Yao Cancelo. May Trent some way somehow he's gotten a very outstanding season. For a right fullback to make 12 assists is extraordinary performance. So it'll be your number 2. Or make it assist 12. In fact, I think the assist the last time I checked, assist chart on an lady. The whole Premier League. And to be honest, Trent, in a way, But in the team now, ono abono, onye better and same money. But they are battle. I disagree with some of the, but when you don't have grounds to say, you have to respect the opinion of. And Emma say, Drew baby, English in this uncle for no, omo the other near Macau vote no. When you crum henny, when you say, it will be at the zero, Mr. Goking, cry England, Nibia, Nibida. What I say? Like the last time my English person.
Almost yeah.
Tisani many in an account.
As almost but
almost it will be almost Bones omu de akeka ho bi.
Okay.
Interestingly, no player from Chelsea, Omayi 8, no player from Man U. I think the top teams, Chelsea and Man U, and the year film because Spurs was son of her.
Yeah.
And Liverpool would 2, Man City would 2, Arsenal has Bukayo Saka. So the big boys, United and Chelsea could not have a single nomination for PFAG. Sorry, PFA.
Yeah. Mr. G, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I've been watching you from afar, and I know you're a very good man, and also very handsome. Sergio, I really like you to be my brother-in-law and a father. Daddy, have a great morning. I'm listening to you now. Please stay safe, and I send you more love.
But number
one. I always send a message. You want me to pray, Marigata.
Why know you?
Some of my boss.
Oh.
And you can't want a man. Sorry, I did. Okay.
Almost here on my coaches of the year.
Brother-in-law.
Interesting.
But some bit my brother-in-law. It depends on the neighbor.
Okay.
Opposite now or the visitor because it me 10 message
Kanda kasa kese na ase de o kasa joke no.
10 message
o say obi kasa o person ye ebi a wakonta e bi tro ba so no pe unu aba ana so person ware ni nu aba
okay we oba na de ba yo
o na se din kan
eba
e dina we de out board un sesi
yego
dina o mo mai what
about the refer kwa so
what about the sesi
I dey refer for more
okay dina o mo nsama coaches ne de ni bio na ye nhwe
coaches no oni o mo nya dwen ho so
da be coaches na me wo ba ko a wa yere film
why
Graham Potter Brighton coach no
okay
you know Thomas Frank any the kind for Brentford mini problem bia for 74 years we're back to the Premier League. Check the performance of Brentford even against the big teams is just enough for him to be nominated. Pep Guardiola will not waste time. Eddie Howe, I will not waste time. Jurgen Klopp, but I think Graham Potter should replace Crystal Palace coach in Patrick Vieira. My reasons in here, men say time or Pep Guardiola ne Jurgen Klopp because some of they know I'll be in the Omaye. Now, for a say Eddie Howe, this is a coach omudi Newcastle United man. Season started no be any say Newcastle United sikabishim but baby omuda die omobeko relegation. From January till now, say draw the table for the Premier League or no any team of Tosomiansa in Newcastle United. Omomubu from the relegation zone amene baby ameka said babeda 14th. Moreover, almost spending 91 million pounds in the market. The players don't shame instantly. Players not fitting into the scheme of things and the plan of Eddie Howe, and they are playing so well. So far, we say Bruno Gomes from Lyon to the Premier League. Oh, you're new to the Premier League, but check his performance the moment he had the opportunity to start for Newcastle United. Current trip ya buy or performing and sound opera continent. But the likes of Danny Ben and then other players on my Babisha team, Chris Wood. You know how they perform? I'm performing so well. Until I revival the Newcastle United team. No, be any so occur relegation. I'm on my babbage here and there. Be and say Newcastle United because relegation. For me, that job alone should get him nominated. Moreover, for be the Brentford, American cast 74 years no mutin actually no me Premier League in muda. But you know, I'm Premier League in ma. We share almost against Arsenal. Omo against Liverpool, Omo against Arsenal, Omo against Manchester United. Check the performance of Brentford. Check the materials a crew, check sika almost say no, na check omo performance in the Premier League. Into for me, Brentford omo nominating a many problem bia. Now, the entire makers also Graham Potter bem. I agree. Sir Patrick Vieira ba and yaka black coaches are more the opportunity in the EPL. But on the buy, the young guys like Eze, the likes of Gallagher, Sheke Koyate, Winfred Zaha, the likes of Edouard, Jordan, Ayew, and the players of Duomo Bono, they are playing so well and they are 11th on the league table. But Sawasha, this is a team. Players now and add a few additions. Men tuna Juma Wayan Ton, but you know, she Brighton a Jumano. Check the position of Brighton on the league table. On more than 9th ahead of team I friend Crystal Palace. Moreover, Omulusu main centre back at the team I friend Arsenal. Omulusu de ba Arsenal no season e ba second round na omusan lusu their other centre back every team I friend Newcastle United. But you know, Brighton game who say Omulusu these key players. Check how coach let's say improve the likes of Liam Mope, the likes of Bisama, Obitisek Sasodo, and Obitisek Leandro Trossard. Check the three back of Kokera, Velman, Tima, your friend Brighton, and check the performance of Modiama in the Premier League. Omo against Chelsea, Omo against Liverpool, Omo against Manchester United. Omo de Bonnie Yankasa, and it's one of the most improved sides in the Premier League. That job alone, you know, na me believe say also Omode open your friend Graham Potter, Eka coaches of the year no. And no baby am no problem. But for the others, Pep Guardiola needs no identity. Jurgen Klopp needs no identity, and I think coaches Normakan has really performed creditably.
Andy doesn't know why Mane's name was not included in the nomination for the player of the season. I'll tell him why. It's just because he's a black African from Africa. The English can never read their game of racism. Lawyer Kwame Boafo. It was.
I know Liverpool need be frame say me permission money in the last few games goals are all shining in the celebration. Clearly you could see they only happy with Liverpool fans. But Timisha go in front of the cops, no than the near baby go and celebrate the crowd with them. Nipano see Liverpool, Nipana na corners coach.
Okay.
Yes. And I watched and I realized more Liverpool for Nankasano. How well do they hold money in high esteem? Inti do money net assistant on money net no. And POs from lawyer. More am assistant on money net. POs.
Do we need to assist na pa NSA one. Obi ni nti money no one.
The bia mutwa nyoma musala akwai did say
Liverpool there, the way almost Salah cried I'm okay. But the way almost Richie Virgil van Dijk no cry and someone hear me humpo. But you know what can you say? Black will always be black and white will always be white. Do you know the idea a big game no? Chelsea against Liverpool at Wembley. Now so far the two teams here, be behind the FA Cup and I is so close. First of all, so checking meetings are Omabo and the Thomas Tokela. Draw on Kwana until the last one. Omulusu on penalties. Abrante FN kept a couple on the fast run. And Omudiana close. Moreover, so check their meetings in the FA Cup. Now you know also check how close they've been in the final of the FA Cup. You are talking of Chelsea A16 and you are talking about Liverpool almost A15. In the FA Cup meetings, Chelsea are almost 7 times and Liverpool let me answer 4. So for Chelsea, the last time they won the FA Cup at a time almost Manchester United by a goal to nil way back in 2018. Last season, almost FA Cup final against Leicester City. No, you will say Leicester City show by 2-1. Obia carried that sumptuous goal from Yulu Telemann. So, offered me a friend in Liverpool. You know, the last time I almost FA Cup way back 2005, 2006. I brought money West Ham United about 3-3. No more show on penalties. Moreover, so we check the two teams that you know almost about FA Cup here. Oh, teams are almost successful in the FA Cup. You are talking about Arsenal, you are talking about Manchester United. Chelsea are G8 and Liverpool are G7. Chelsea, say Liverpool 8 me extra team a friend Chelsea. Or more equal that same trophies that Chelsea are winning when it comes to FA Cup. Again, so we pick the two sides. Now you are talking about Liverpool. you'll be on Liverpool performance and the number of goals and how they perform in the Premier League and trophies almost person they are still hopeful. So Mubetimi added the quadruple, the EFL, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and then the Champions League. Liverpool for did this about the Omadi Kaje, but me and Sana Akano, and Yadia saw Mobetiada said Manchester City League, you know, Real Madrid Better Champions League and as a Chelsea Bechom. They are hopeful. Say trophies now more content or more contending in Nigeria or Mubetimi Aje. Now, so for Chelsea in Swan, season in when the only trophy they are hoping for this time. Last season, Babe Satami, no be a Thomas Tuchel Abaso. Season never share Asiano, no be a Bonabaso, or covering the FIFA Club World Cup, no be a Bonabaso. But Obetima move from a hero to a villain within the Chelsea setup. Is he going to be the first Chelsea coach to go trophyless numbers twice a year in recent times? A honey baby will be a share under Thomas Tuchel. They don't so here the two sides now. Chelsea, they almost the squad now, Baby Tuda. Now players a bar say almost promote means ya can be no. Genoa, who squad list now I'm talking about Matthew Kovacic, and then I'm talking about a team Abrante Fen in Golo Kante. So for Liverpool, so Abba, say Fabinho crowd, and yet likely so betting me see a in the Champions League final, and that is the big blow for the Liverpoolian. For me, he's the best holding midfielder in the Premier League, and only one player, Thiago Alcantara and Huso, said Navigator and Huso, at least only one person. Watch the games now are consistent for Liverpool and midfield. So Chelsea about this particular game there. You know, almost a cap and a tada this FA Cup and the EFL Cup. But this is a game that you will be hoping. So Chelsea will be to win this particular trophy, at least for this particular season. Until I'm expecting Edouard Mendy will be to be imposed. Now in defense will be the usual three back of Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, and then Rudiger, and Marcos Alonso and James Ruiz. From the wing back. A midfield, say N'Golo Kante you fit there, you need N'Golo Kante in midfield. Say Kovacic you feel there, you need a Kovacic again in midfield. But players need me do a plan no more recover back. No, I want to believe say coach will stick to Jorginho and add one to it. So it is going to be N'Golo Kante Jorginho, or it is going to be Jorginho Matthew Kovacic mostly. Na coach ne prefers or the Kovacic be free a chiraba no ba be change game no e de amano. Into midfield you share how Chelsea will line up. Up front, Messi man to there. So we're checking the numbers, now checking the consistent performance for Chelsea. Chelsea or no they were cementing the place. But other places no be a share. Coach Feni Tuchel, players or best starting. Romelu Lukaku in the last few games at Chelsea or form. And if you watch him in the last game that Chelsea boy you don't need the magician to tell you. So he performed so well against Leeds United. He performed so well against Wolverhampton. Until likely sir Romelu Lukaku beat me and started. Now say Lukaku started here. Then one place any Pami and Son compete. Abrante FN Christian Pulisic. And also by the last game Babeshe go coach in betting and starting now. Kai Havertz for me had been off in the last few games. For no they started no bench Romelu Lukaku no. Now say you who started from Kai Havertz view. And to coach still our best starting now. And I say Timo Werner will be back to start from the left. Or Mubisa coach no in the presser. And Okachi say Lukaku performance what showed and say no likely to beat me as starting. But for me, say me coach now. Policy to start from the bench. Timo Werner will be on the left. Now my ball Romelu Lukaku or probably I will start Kai Havertz Lukaku to start from the bench. Now my share how Omubesia containing the Liverpool team. No. Liverpool the Obianim say one change is pen a bebem say Fabinho ni hodia. Let's say Jordan Henderson will come back. No about be anchor midfield with Thiago Alcantara and then Navigator. So why are Jurgen Klopp and saying Nancy also person or dominating play no ball possession into up two flexible players as against a mechanical midfielder in Aya Henderson or Fabinho. No the Alcantara and Navigator did not be come on any far. And then Luis Diaz, because this is a big game, you expect Luis Diaz will be on the left, you expect Mo Salah will be on the right, and then Sadio Mane. The flexible front three no ebegina anymore for team IFL Liverpool. The young Liverpool no say Genoa. Someone so show mo keep na on born and sign na. Omo form no the chase season na and said the net na. Into show mo against Villarreal, o show mo against Newcastle United, o show mo against team IFL no Tottenham Hotspur. Obo say Liverpool for gradually omo de pokakra. And Villarreal H-Ray, Tottenham Hotspur H-Ray, say if you want to beat Liverpool, close them, don't allow them to control. A moment dominated place or some people born beba, more born in mostly midfield and most in their own half. into Ubema defense are very resolute, obey compact, obey watertight just to make sure. Said the flexible front three no, omunya the chance to exploit. And only a Juma, Thomas Tuchel, Ewoye, and Liverpool will also be hoping. So more players no me key in their midfield no. Almost bet me at take on certain players no money control because Nansen the Chelsea so like no a player or did that steal that bite or back cover grounds no in their midfield for the 3 centre backs and only idea or more like it. But you know so we check our meetings, we check the history behind almost in recent times the form of Chelsea now compare with the form of Liverpool. Liverpool were the upper hand. But in the FA Cup Chelsea are Chelsea or Munimbo Liverpool in terms of their meeting, in terms of the trophies won. Okay. Liverpool so hope say 2005, 2006 almost G in general a check into almost almost close to the space between them and Chelsea. It's a game for a Liverpool based on their form. But you know when it comes to trophy, one thing I'm trusted Chelsea so much, and we ever hear how I never be see Wembley.
Franco Naro, Wembley Ankasa.